In the valley where the shadows meet the light, there's an oak tree carved with names that winds have slide. Beneath its boughs we swore on endless stars, in that quiet town where dreams weren't far, where the porch wood creaked under our worn out boots, and love was wild, uncontested, absolute. Oh, how silence fell apart as you whispered goodbye with a trembling heart. Now the wind carries dust and my lone despair through the streets of a ghost town trapped in air. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue, echoing the love I knew, echoing the love I knew. Now the saddle's worn, the trails have overgrown, gravel roads lead to cabins made of stone. The scarf you left still smells of rain and pine, a tangled memory in this broken line. The town's old clock stopped ticking long ago, just like my heart, in rhythm slow. Oh, how silence fell apart as you whispered goodbye with a trembling heart. Now the wind carries dust and my lone despair through the streets of a ghost town trapped in air. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue, echoing the love I knew, echoing the love I knew. On the horizon where the earth kisses the sky, I've learned love's a journey where some parts must die. A whisper in the canyon, a soul learning to fly. Letting go ain't the same as saying goodbye. Oh, how silence fell apart in the breaking of my reluctant heart, as the stars watch over from where they always start. I roam these lands with your memory as my chart. Every sunset bleeds into a night so true, carrying the love I knew, carrying the love I always knew. So I sing to the winds, to the mountains high, a ballad of a cowboy under this vast unyielding sky. Silence never stays, it just transforms, it parts in the echoes of hooves, in the beating of broken hearts. In the shadow of the whispering oak, where the sun paints gold on the old porch spoke, there's a swing that creaks where we used to sit, carving our names in the wood, bit by bit. Rusted chains, but the memories glide, smooth as the river, slow, embracing tide. Oh, the swing echoes with a lonely song of laughter that's fled, and days that aren't gone under the oak, where the soft winds blow. My heart holds the warmth, but my arms feel the cold. Each creak a beat of the times we knew. The swing echoes, but not with you. Now the dust whirls on an empty track, where we once walked, no sign of turning back. The cabin stands, but it's hollow inside, echoes of footsteps where silence now resides. Your scarf still hangs by the door, so thin, faded like the jeans you danced in. Oh, the swing it goes with a lonely song of laughter that's fled, and days that are gone under the oak, where the soft winds blow. My heart holds the warmth, but my arms feel the cold. Each creek a beat of the times we knew. The swing echoes, but not with you. Sometimes the prairie calls under that vast sky, telling me to roam, yet asking me why. In the heart of the wind, your voice soft and low tells me part of me stayed in that sunset's glow. Yes, the swing echoes with the ghost of a song. Your laughter's a memory as I wander along under the oak, where the old shadows play. I'll sit here until my last sunset fades away, and maybe these echoes will someday be through, but the swing will always only echo for you. This ballad, sung deep and slow, carries the emotional weight of long gone better days, and the acceptance of solitude wrapped in the haunting beauty of the western landscape. As the sun sets, the music fades like the light, leaving a poignant silence that speaks volumes. Out where the oak tree shadows lay, by the bend where we used to swim, the old shotgun house now just a shade, whispers of the love that's grown dim. Her scarves dance like wildflowers in breeze on the porch where secrets softly spoke, now just creaks in an empty seas where laughter used to kindle and stow. Oh, how the sunset's bleeding tonight. Shotgun forgot, but I recall every whisper, each twilight fight, her silhouette in the doorway tall. Rain taps the roof in a rhythm lost, memories in every dust swirled gust. Heartache's the price, oh what a cost. Left with this ache, a wanderer's trust. The gravel road wears a weary path, cabin windows stare blank and wide. Echoes of her wild loving laugh, now just shadows where silence bide. Once we roamed through the wildlands free, two souls untamed like the rivers flow. Now I wander alone, just me, drifting where the cold winds blow. Oh, how the sunset's bleeding tonight. Shotgun forgot, but I remember all. Each tender kiss, every fiery fight, her footsteps echoing in the hall. Rain sings lullabies of days now past, under skies vast, feeling her touch. Love's just a shadow that couldn't last. Left with this yearning, it's all too much. Under the weeping willow I see dreams are like leaves falling away. What I'd give for one more plea, a chance to right what went astray. Oh, how the sunset's bleeding tonight. Shotgun forgot, but my heart knows every ending tucked out of sight, in the land where the lonely wind blows. Rain washes tracks, but not the pain. Paths we once walked turned to rust, in every sunset's crimson stain I find a piece of forgotten trust. Shotgun forgot, what a cowboy remembers. In every whisper, carried by the embers. Out where the oak trees shadow gravel lanes, I recall the soft whisper of your name. Underneath that broad brim, the wind spoke through your hair. A ghost sank the cabin, our love declared. But now the porch swings alone, creaks a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand speaks your name in this vast lonesome land. The trails we once rode, now overgrown and faint, where wildflowers mask the scent of our queens. The rain on the roof, a symphony so harsh, echoes through empty rooms where shadows march. The porch swings alone, sings a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand carries your voice across this desolate land. Saddles lay untouched, the leather's gone dry. Your scarf in the drawer left behind to lie. Does the wind know your touch? Does the oak still dream of our whispers that flowed like a mountain stream? Now the porch swings alone with a sorrowful croon. Stars watch like silent eyes under the cold moon. Every stir of the dust, every wail of the night wind holds you close in the ghost sing where love never ends. So I sing to the stars over old ghost sank, where memories echo and my heart sank in the silence of the night with the ghost of your smile. I'm adrift on this trail just for a while.
Underneath the shadow of an old oak tree, on a hill where the winds whisper tales so free, I carved our names inside a heart so deep, where the soil held promises we couldn't keep. Oh, lonely hill forgot the lover's vow, only echoes of our whispers now. The sunset bleeds like the tears we wept in the heart of the land where our dreams slept. Years slip by like the rivers flow, Old porches creak and the evenings glow. Your scarf still hangs on the rusty hook. The chapter ends without a second look. The cabin's empty, the fire's cold. Gravel roads and the stories they told. Lost in dust and the rain's soft plea. A wandering soul forever to be. Lonely hill forgets, but I recall each whispered love, the rise and fall. The sunset now a fading light on trails that vanish into the night. In the silence of this wild, wide space, I find the ghost of your tender grace. Though time may heal the marks we made, some shadows linger and never fade. So here's to Lonely Hill under starlit skies, to the love we lost where the old oak lies. I'll ride these lands alone, and yet in the heart of the hill I'll never forget.
In the shadow of the oak, by the creek where whispers flow, I first saw her wild hair in the sun's retiring glare. We danced on creaking boards neath the porch of weathered lore, her laughter twining through like the breeze in twilight's hue. Unspoken words watched me leave in the dust of twilight's eve. A scarf she wore, now part of the core of the saddle I used to breathe. As the sun bids goodbye in the vast regretful sky, her memory's a ghost on the scentless lonesome coast. Years flew like the storm that paints the desert norm, from bustling towns to silent nights under the cold distant lights. The cabin empty sighs, and in its corners my heart lies. But time washed away the dreams like pebbles in mountain streams. Unspoken words watch me leave in the rain that night did weave. A scarf she wore lay on the cabin floor where my hopes began to cleave. As the wind whispers low through the valleys I once known, her touch a fleeting trace in the chill of empty space. And the roads they twist and turn, each with a lesson stern. To ride is to roam in a world that's just foam on the sea of grass and stone, where my heart finds its own. Unspoken words watched me leave as I held my breath to grieve. A scarf she wore, now frayed and torn, in the dreams I still believe. With every setting sun, my wandering heart's undone. A cowboy rides alone, with his heart forever thrown. So let the sunsets glow, tell the tales of woe, of a cowboy's lone ride, with his memories as his guide. Unspoken words like birds fly away into the skies, and under the vast starlit night, a lone heart quietly lies.
Out in the hollow, neath the old oak sway, a cabin lies silent where we used to lay. A scarf you left hanging on the porch rail thin, rust red like the sunset flutters in the wind. Oh, how that scarf haunts like a ghost in the breeze, twisting through the oak leaves, whispering remember me. Each thread a memory, woven tight with loss, left here in the shadows of dust and tumbleweeds crossed. Seasons turn sharply like the bend in the creek, the path by the cabin now overgrown and weak. Your laughter's a memory, faded and worn, like the leather on the saddle from the storms it's born. Oh, how that scarf haunts like a ghost in the breeze, twisting through the oak leaves, whispering remember me. Each thread a memory, woven tight with loss, left here in the shadows of dust and tumbleweeds crossed. Underneath the starlit cloak by the fire's dying light, I reckon every flicker was a moment in your sight. Riding through these haunted plains where your echo softly calls, bound to chase your shadow in the twilight till I fall. Yes, that scarf still haunts on the old porch swinging free, a relic of the love lost twixt the prairie and me. In the chill of the night air, it dances alone, a partner now missing in the dance of the unknown. Oh, how I bear the weight of what was and will never be, with each sunset that bleeds over mountains silently.
In the shadow of a highland near the whispering creekside grove, where the oak trees hold the secrets of the days we used to roam, a faded scarf, the one you wore, caught on a bramble's thorn. Still smell the rain on that old porch where our boot prints are worn. Lost trail tied down where my heart beats slow.
underneath the setting sun, where the cool winds blow. Every whispered breeze sings a melody of you. Lost trail tied down in the echoes, I'm still blue. Used to ride through open meadows, dust a-kicking from our heels. Now the cabin's all boarded, with only ghosts at the windowsills. The gravel roads we wandered are overgrown, the map's been redrawn, where we laugh beneath the starlights till the first light of dawn. Lost trail tied down where my dreams turn old. Silhouettes against the sky and the lands we once strolled. Every setting sun dips a little more true. Lost trail tied down, every sunset bleeds you. On this lonely ridge I stand, saddle empty by my side. The horizon holds your image, in the twilight I confide. Rivers may wander, mountains might crumble, I'm a shadow in this tale, bound by your memory, forever on this trail. Lost trail tied down, where my soul finds rest, in the quiet town asleep, in the valley of the west. Hear the wind call your name through the old oak tree. Lost trail tied down, forever part of me.
Underneath the shade of an oak so old, where the river bends deep and the wind's grown cold, I found your scarf, a patch of soft worn blue, left behind like a whisper, a memory of you. Every thread a tale, every phrase sign, bound to this land where your hand once held mine. Oh, how the scarf sleeps on the old front porch, while the dusk weeps a slow, silent torch. The empty cabin moans with the ghosts of our dreams, where love once danced, now only heartache streams. In the quiet of the night, under starlight so deep, I hear the echoes of you in the wind as the scarf sleeps. Gravel roads know the steps we took, now covered in leaves like pages from a book. The once blazing trail now faint unsure, echoes of laughter that time failed to cure. I roam with the dust, a shadow unkept, in the saddle I ride, where our old dreams wept. Oh, how the scarf sleeps on the old front porch, while the dusk weeps a slow,
silent torch. The empty cabin moans with the ghosts of our dreams, where love once danced, now only heartache streams. In the quiet of the night, under starlight so deep, I hear the echoes of you in the wind as the scarf sleeps. Now the oak tree's grown taller, the river runs wide, but I'm still caught in the eddy of your absent tide. Every sunset burns red, a reminder of the past, of the two bright days, too beautiful to last. So the scarf sleeps and the world turns slow. Through the doorway the wind, it gently blows. I'll keep riding these trails alone, yet not free, bound by the whispers of what used to be. In the hush of the evening where sorrow creeps, the land holds tight where the scarf still sleeps. In this heart where the wild roses weep, I'll hold to the love the scarf in the wind keeps.
In the shadow of the oak, where the creek used to sing, there's a flannel shirt hanging, torn by the wind's wing. It was hers when the sun sets painted our dreams on the back of my saddle through whispering streams. Oh, that flannel shirt flew with the storms and the years, like my heart rides the trails of her whispers and tears. Every threadbare line, a memory of her kiss. In the silence, her laughter is what I most miss. Now the cabins lay empty, the fires burn low, gravel roads less traveled. Where does the old love go? On stanced under starlights, now shadows confined. We're the echo of our footsteps on the old porch pines. Oh, that flannel shirt flew with the storms and the years, like my heart rides the trails of her whispers and tears. Every threadbare line, memory of her kiss. In the silence, her laughter is what I most miss. Under the vast prairie sky, I confess to the breeze, her scent in the scarf that the cold evening sees. A rider alone by lone stars overhead, holding on to a love long silent and dead. Yes, that flannel shirt flew with the storms and the years, and I've aged with the oaks, shedding old silent tears. Yet her warmth's in the weave, through the winds that persist. In the heart of a cowboy, where her memory exists. I've crossed the rivers, climbed the rise, watched red dust paint the evening skies. My boots wore thin from years gone by, chasing dreams I couldn't tie. The canyon winds all knew my name, so did the storm, so did the flame. I rode with ghosts, I rode alone. My only home was what I owned. But she was the sunset I found, burning gold where the hills fell down. She stood like peace in a world untrue, with eyes like dusk and a voice like dew. I'd seen the world from town to town, but nothing shook me, nothing profound, till she looked up without a sound. She was the sunset I finally found. She had a garden by her door, and boots too clean for riding wore. Said she baked her bread by hand and read old books she didn't plan. I tipped my hat and barely spoke. She laughed and handed me her cloak. Said, cowboy, rest your saddle bones, even legends need a home. She was the sunset I found, a fire that warmed my worn out crown. I'd seen the stars, I'd kissed the wind, but never knew where love had been. She pulled me close without a rope, no tricks, no games, no lines, no hope, just her and me and common ground. She was a sunset I found. I didn't ride to find a flame, but somehow she called out my name. And every mile I rode before led me straight to her front door. She was the sunset I found, in a world of noise she made no sound, just stood there like the end of day, soft and fierce in a honeyed way. And if this road should call me gone, I'll take her light and ride on strong, but I'll always turn my heart around back to the sunset that I found.
Out on the edge where the oak trees meet the sky, I recall her laughter mingling with the wind. Our love a wild mare racing the fleeting clouds. Under her smile the sun had a certain bend. By the old porch time whispers through the creaking wood, every board and nail soaked with dreams we once understood. Her smile remembers what my heart tries to forget. Each sunset bleeds in colors she once wore. On gravel roads my boots kick up the dust of regret. Trails we walk now just echoes in my core. Her eyes a mirror to the wide unending blue. In this lonesome spread all I find is the ghost of her youth. Seasons turn like the pages of an old worn book. The cabin stands empty where once her laughter filled each nook. The scarf she left still lies quiet on the chair, faded like the memories of her care. Rain taps soft rhythms on the window like her gentle fingers. In the heart of the plains her sweet scent still lingers. Her smile remembers what my heart tries to forget. Each sunset bleeds in colors she once wore. On gravel roads my boots kick up the dust of regret. Trails we walk now just echoes in my core. Her eyes a mirror to the wide unending blue. In this lonesome spread all I find is the ghost of her hue. Oh, how the mountains recall our silent cries under the vast unyielding stoic skies. I wander these lands, a shadow in the twilight, chasing the whispers of her soft goodnight. Her smile remembers, oh, but I try to forget. Each dawn another scene of where we met. Through the valleys and over the restless plain, her smile remembers the love, the loss, the pain. Now every star above whispers her sweet name. In the quiet world I'm a lone candle flame. In her smile, the wild land, the memory it stays. A cowboy's heart forever wandering, forever sways. In the shadow of the oak where the prairie winds blow, I found your scarf blue as the twilight glowed. We danced where the dandelions lost their seeds, whispering dreams like the rustling of the reeds. Those fields that kissed the sky so wide, where you and I had nothing to hide. Oh, how the dandelion field lingers in my heart. With every whispering wind, feels like we're never apart. But the seasons turned, as did your touch, in the dandelion fields where I lost so much. Now the cabin's empty where laughter once rang, just the creak of old porches and doors that bang. The gravel roads where the marks of our past and the trails we walk now fading fast. Where we found love under the vast frontier, only echoes remain, bring the past too near. Oh, how the dandelion field lingers in my soul, a memory etched in every gusted road. You're left with the fall, with the last dandelion seed in the fields of gold, where my heart still bleeds. Like the paths I roam, every sunset leads me farther but never home. These lands vast and skies too wide can't hold the whispers of you that I confide. Oh, how the dandelion field lingers, a bittersweet refrain in the quiet town under the soft forgiving rain. I'm a shadow in the sunset, forever riding alone through fields of memories, forever my own. Oh, the heartbreak is fresh as the morning dew. In the dandelion fields I'll always look for you. Underneath the oak tree's weathered limb, where the porch swing used to rock in the wind, your scarf tied to the gnarled bark, keeping watch like a lighthouse in the dark. I remember how the dust would dance to the slow sweet tune of our summer romance in that old cabin with its creaking doors, where our shadows stretched across wooden floors. Oh, the porch burns in the setting sun, all the golden years we once walked upon. Now the wind whispers through empty rails, carrying tales of our love-grown pale. Years have turned gravel to overgrown grass in the trails we walk. Now memories past that swing hang silent, no laughter rings, just the ghost of your giggle and the sadness it brings. The rains came and washed away the footprints we left on the sun-baked clay, and I ride these plains just a shadow alone, searching for a heart that once felt like home. Oh, the porch burns in the fading light, echoes of footsteps disappearing into the night. Now the wind moans through broken seams, stirring the dust of our shattered dreams. By the hearth where our fire once roared so bright, now only cold ashes remain in the night. Yet in every spark that once flew so high is a star I see when I look to the sky. And I whisper your name, the flames of what was, not the embers to blame. Still the wind carries my lonely sighs underneath these endless starlit skies. The porch burns and so does my heart on this lonesome land where we're worlds apart. Yet hidden every sunset that bleeds and dies is the color of your eyes.
Sky was gray when they lowered you down. Not a soul spoke, not a choir sound, just me, the wind, and boots on clay, and a heart that broke in a quiet way. I didn't bring roses from no store, didn't dress up or stand by more, just wore the flannel you loved to mend and held that scarf you knit back then. I laid a scarf on your grave, not a wreath, not a name engraved, just wool and thread from your own hand, tied with love I still can't stand. The cold crept in, but I just stayed, whispering, God, please let her fade. Soft and warm, not sharp and brave, so I laid a scarf on her grave. They offered prayers, but I declined, said she already knew God just fine. I traced her name in dirt below, where snow will fall and time will go, but winter can't freeze what we had, though it chills this cowboy bad. You kept me warm through every ride, now it's my turn to guard your side. I laid a scarf on your grave,
with trembling hands and love that stayed. It smelled of smoke and you and spring, and every small forgotten thing. They say men don't cry, men don't break, but Lord, even iron learns to shake when love digs deep and won't behave. So I left that scarf on your grave. You once said, if I go first, don't bring lilies, just something real. So I did. I brought you us. I laid a scarf on your grave, no song to sing, no soul to save, just you and I like always been. One last touch before the end. And when they ask what lovers gave, I'll say I brought no rose, but a scarf for her grave.
In the gray dawn, by the oak tree shade, where the cold morning sank into my bones, I traced your name once in the frozen earth, beneath where our whispered dreams had flown. Old Porch Creek, like it shared my heart's ache, echoing footsteps, you danced and grazed, the wind soft moan through the cabin's crack, plays an old remembrance I can't erase. Oh, how the silence speaks in places you once walked. The shadows hold your laugh, and the gravel road still talk. My heart's tied to the dust, where the sunset's bled and dry. Underneath the fading trails is where my soul resides. Turned up collar against the stinging rain, your scarf still fragrant, lost its warmth long ago. I wander through these ghostly empty rooms where echoes paint your shadow in soft mournful tones. The saddle sits unused, the leather cracked like the lines now deeply etched upon my face. Each step away from you, the time's harsh track leaves me wandering in our lost embrace. Oh, how the silence speaks in places you once walked. The shadows hold your laugh, and the gravel road still talk. My heart's tied to the dust, where the sunset's bled and dry. Underneath the fading trails is where my soul resides. I've held the prairie's endless gaze, its whispering embrace. It tells me you're still out there in the wild's timeless grace. Maybe these old boots, worn and frayed, will bring me back someday to where the oak tree shadows lay, and all my hopes decay. So I'll sit here with the silence where you once walked. Let the shadows keep your laughter and the gravel roads we talk. My heart's tied to the dust, where our sunsets used to fade. Beneath cold morning's echo where my weary head is laid. Oh, under these endless skies I find no release, but in every whispered wind there's a piece of your peace.
Down by the creek where the wild oaks grow, I first saw her in the spring soft glow. Her laugh was a melody, played low and sweet, under the shade where our two worlds meet. But now the oak leaves will whisper her name into the breeze. My heart walked away with hers beneath those ancient trees. The sunset paints her memory across the sky, but under these stars alone, all I do is cry. We shared our dream on an old porch swing, her scarf a splash of color in the autumn's cling. The cabin's empty where laughter used to ride, only dust dances now where our secrets used to hide. And the oak leaves still whisper her name into the breeze. My heart walked away with hers beneath those ancient trees. Every sunset steals a color I used to know, leaving just shadows where we used to glow. By the gravel road I pause and see her trace, in the fading trail a gentle lingering grace. What's gone is gone like the river's endless flow. She's a part of every place I go. Yes, the oak leaves will whisper her name into the wind, a reminder that some loves once lost never end. Now every sunset lets her memory invade, silhouettes of what was in the twilight start to fade. The wind carries away the song of our yesterday. Heart walked away, but her soul's here to stay. Where the oak tree shadows creep, by the creek where the willows weep, there's a wheel half buried where lilies grow, marking love's passage soft and slow. Her laughter echoes in the breeze, whispers cross the Amarillo seas. That old wagon wheel, rusted red, spins tales of the love we once had. Wagon wheel, keep on turning through the whispering winds, and the fire still burning. My heart rides on your rusty rim, rolling through memories brim to brim. In the cool night air under starlit vaults, my spirit wanders, my heart halts. By that old wagon wheel I'm forever dawned, bound to the ghost the wagon wheel haunts. years have worn the leather of my saddle. Paths have changed, now let's travel. The cabin's empty, the porch swings alone, echoing steps of a love long gone. Riding these trails dusk to dawn, the scarf she left now sun-bleached and worn. Gone dreams where wild roses sprout, leaving just shadows filled with doubt. Wagon wheel, keep on turning through the whispering winds and the fire still burning. My heart rides on your rusty rim, rolling through memories brim to brim. In the cool night air under starlit vaults, my spirit wanders, my heart halts by that old wagon wheel. I'm forever dawn, bound to the ghost. The wagon wheel haunts. Now the rains trace old trails like tears on my face, each drop a memory, each storm a trace of a love so wild, like the Mustangs that run underneath the fading western sun. Wagon wheel, keep on turning, my heart's a campfire forever burning. Ghostly love, ride with the wind in the wild yonder where our dreams have thinned. Here by the wheel I stand, I haunt with the quiet whispers the wagon wheel taunts. In the silence there's nothing to flaunt, just a cowboy's memories, and the wagon wheel haunts.
In the shadow of the oak, where wild daisies lay, I carved our names inside a heart upon that old gray bay. The porch still creaks, the cabin by the creek, where we found our dreams, but now it's just me. Oh, the bed's still made where once you lay, now it's just a shadow in the evening's jade. The wind whispers secrets through the door that sways in that empty room where our love once stayed. Years have rolled like tumbleweeds across a plain so wide. Our trails grew cold under the endless prairie sky. That old blue scarf you left behind on the chair feels like yesterday's rain, soft, silent, and bare. Oh, the bed's still made where once you lay, now it's just a shadow in the evening's jade. The wind whispers secrets through the door that sways in that empty room where our love once stayed. The gravel road wears a veil of dust just like my heart since you rode away. Every sunset parts, the saddle's warm, boots lined by the door. Each step I take echoes no more, no more. Oh,
Oh, the bed's still made where your ghost still plays a waltz of memories in the twilight's haze. And every night as the stars lay their claim, I hear that bed walk away, calling out your name. So the bed walked away, just like you that day, under skies vast and gray. In the silence I stay, the lonesome cowboy with his guitar frayed, singing to the wind where his love once swayed.
Out where the oak tree shadows weave, along the creek where I told you to leave. The gravel cracked on your boots so worn, there in the dusk of that early morn. Your scarf had danced a farewell in the breeze, left me alone with my memories. Lost trail remembers the echo of your laughter. Sunset bleeds like it knows what I'm after. Dust settles where your shadow fell. These winding paths, they sure feel like hell. Every stone, every thorn's an old friend on this lonely ride that never seems to end. The porch still creaks, but it's empty now. The door swings loose with a solemn vow. The rain taps on the windows, a sad old tune, under the watch of a cold silver moon. The saddle hangs untouched, it's true, just like the heart you broke into. Lost trail remembers the echo of your laughter. Sunset bleeds like it knows what I'm after. Dust settles where your shadow fell. These winding paths, they sure feel like hell. Every stone, every thorn's an old friend on this lonely ride that never seems to end. What's left of love when the fire burns out? Just ash gray skies and a heart full of drought. But that old pine box where dreams lay to rest keeps you alive, pounding deep in my chest. Lost trail remembers, I would never forget the laughs, the tears, and those sunset regrets. I walk these roads beneath stars overhead, with you my ghost and the words never said. Every step, every sigh's a desperate plea on this lonely trail where you're still with me.